Want to learn how to build some custom pallet board signs? We'll show you how after this. Hi, I'm Shannon with Adventures at Home, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make some custom wall signs using a couple of pallet boards and some stick-on vinyl. Here at Adventures at Home, we love all things DIY, and we post new tutorial videos every week. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Let's get into the video. The first step in this project is to cut our pallet boards down to size. Before cutting our pallet boards down to their final lengths, we generally like to cut the nail holes off the ends of our pallet boards to give a more overall finished look. The final length we're going to be cutting the pallet boards down to for this project is 18 inches. We determined the size based on the font we chose. It is a good idea to print out a sample of your lettering first to determine what size your boards will need to be. The next thing that we are going to do is lightly sand our pallet boards down. We don't want to ruin the rustic look of the pallet boards, but we need to have a relatively smooth surface for the vinyl to stick to. We used 320 grit sandpaper with a palm sander and lightly sanded the entire surface of our pallet boards. Next, we are going to coat all of the pallet boards with a satin clear coat. This will give us an even better surface for our vinyl to stick to. We used the same technique when we made the custom image clock, and it turned out really well. If you haven't seen that video yet, it is a great one to go check out. We are going to use our Cricut to cut out our vinyl lettering and designs. We absolutely love our Cricut for these types of projects, but it definitely isn't necessary. You could also cut out the lettering and designs using a scissors and a hobby knife. In this video, we are using a Cricut Maker, and if you would like to check one out, I will leave a link in the description below. We are amazed every time we watch our Cricut work. After your vinyl has been cut, the next step is to weed out the negative parts of the vinyl. All this step really is removing the vinyl that we will not be using as a part of our final design. This step can be tedious, but take your time and the results will be worth it. The next thing we need to do to prepare our vinyl is to stick the front of it to transfer tape. This step is really simple, and all you have to do is cut your transfer tape to size, removing the backing and stick it to your vinyl design and lettering. Now that our clear coat has had time to dry, we can lightly rough up the surface of it with some 400 grit sandpaper. All this step does is create a better surface for the vinyl to adhere to. Now it's time to remove the backing from our vinyl. You want to ensure that you remove just the backing material and leave all pieces of your vinyl design stuck to the transfer tape. Because the backing and transfer tape have similar stickiness, this step can take a little while. To get the vinyl to stick to the transfer tape better, we like to use a scraper tool to run over the vinyl as we go. If you do not have a scraper tool like ours, a plastic putty knife or even a plastic spatula will work. Once you have the backing completely removed from the vinyl, line it up where you want it to go and press it down onto your board. The process for removing the transfer tape from the vinyl is almost the same as the last step. Using your scraper to ensure the vinyl is fully stuck to your board, and then slowly working your way down until all the transfer tape is removed. This is also a great time to use the scraper tool to push out any air bubbles that may have gotten stuck under the vinyl. Now we want to cover everything with a couple of satin clear coats. We find that this serves two purposes. One, it ensures that the vinyl will stay stuck to the boards, and two, it gives everything a similar glossy appearance so the boards and lettering have equal amounts of shine to them. Lastly, we are going to install some hanging hardware on the back of all of the boards. We find that using sawtooth hangers works the best when working with pallet boards because they generally aren't balanced from one end to another, and using sawtooth hangers lets us easily hang them straight. This is just our preference, so use whatever hanging hardware you have available or feel comfortable using. Now we can hang them up. So there you have it. There's an easy way to make some custom signs for your home. Keep in mind, we used pallet boards because we wanted the rustic look to go with the rest of Ryan's room. But remember, you can use whatever type of wood you would like. If you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. If you would like to keep seeing content like this, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to be notified when our next video posts, make sure you ring the bell. And until next video, I'm Shannon, helping you create your own adventure at home.